Hello my crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I have another journal to show you. So this is one of the 3 paperback books that I showed you that I was going to make into a journal this month, and this is the second one. So I've got one more after this that's planned, but this is the Shy Little Turtle one. I think it came out so cute. You can see it's bound by the metal coils. I added this little daisy trim here, little flower there. I love the colors. And then a little ribbon bow over here. The back I recovered because I didn't like the particular, it was just kind of plain and some writing, nothing special back here. So I did put one of the pages from the book here. So, and here I have a little charm that I made. This was a lot of fun, really. It just looks simple, I know. It's hanging on a bulb pin on a paper clip on a page. But it was, I was picking out some scrapbook paper. Real quick, I'll tell you a quick story. I was picking out some scrapbook paper and papers for this journal. And I went through some papers that I found at a thrift store, scrapbook papers. And there were 3 tags, like somebody die cut them, and they were in the middle of the scrapbook paper. I apparently didn't know because I just put them away. Not just put them away, but whenever I got them, I put them away, and didn't know these little tags were in the middle of them, so I cut them out. They were on sticker paper, and I cut them out with my scissors and put it on some cardstock, punched a little hole, and put a little bingo tag on there. And I was like, oh, because I was like, I need to put something on there, and I just pictured a number on there. So that's a little bingo piece. But it's so simple. But so it's just like turned out like a little charm. I was like, oh, I have to actually do that. I would have never thought of doing that if I didn't just, you know, get these by happenstance in a pack of random scrapbook paper from the thrift store and said I need to put something on there, and it just so cute. I'm already done the other 2. Oh, and I added a little jewelry tag. Since it looks so much like a charm, there's a little, you see this little piece right here, little metal bronze. I don't know if you can see it. It's so tiny, but it's something you would put, like, say, on the back of a necklace near the clasp. One of those little metal jewelry. It's a little, I think they're called little tags or whatever. Anyway, I put one on there because I just thought, it looks like it needs one. So, and I have a little pen coming along with this. It matches. Recently picked that up at Dollar Tree. And so it's a brand new little pen that it coordinates. And then I'll show you what's in a little envelope at the finish. But let's just flip through here real quick. So the inside of these covers were just white. So I added a page here from the book. Super cute. And then we start off with some scrapbook paper here, little rickrack trim. And this is a double piece just because, I don't know, I wanted to put color on the other side. So it's put 2 pieces of scrapbook paper together. This is some of that thrift store scrapbook paper that I was going through when I just mentioned I found the little tags. Some washi tape here. I just thought that yellow looked pretty. I kind of, I pretty much coordinated with the colors on the cover and things like that. So you'll see as we go through. This is yellow graph paper, and then some yellow plain solid paper. This is white with the blue lines graph paper. And then here's a Richard Scarry page that I had. I have some pages folded and ready to go into journals. So sometimes I'll go through those and pick out some pages for the current journal I'm working on because they're all ready. So this already even had a pocket in here and everything. So it's a little Richard Scarry vintage from a vintage Richard Scarry book. And then there's some little pieces in here. These are all from Happy Mail. Some fun things in here to decorate with, make things with, craft with, journal with. And then this is some of that scrapbook paper with these circles. Graph paper, some green solid colored paper. Page from the book here. All the pages from the book are in here one way or the other, either, on the inside of the covers or as pages in here. There's another one there. And then pink paper, page from the book. This is some paper. This paper right here is actually from a smash book that I found, you know, like a smash journal, smash book that I found at a thrift store, and I like the green and yellow, so I put it in here. There's like a map on the back. It's really pretty. Another Richard Scarry page here with a pocket, and in here I have these two pieces were from my recent Happy Mail from Mardell, and this opens up, so it says pop open here, so there's a little message in there, and this is a little index card that I had made as ephemera and had in my stash, and it's the kind of a bright yellow, neon yellow there, so I liked how it went with this journal. And then there was some acetate in that little pack of scrapbook paper I got from the thrift store, and this was in there. This is acetate, an acetate page, really cool and pretty. This is some resume paper, and Richard Scarry page here at the pocket. And this is one of my little cards I made recently for just to make some little cards and use up scraps and stickers if you saw that video. And so there's writing space inside, a couple little stickers in here, and this is a little, just a little ephemera piece that I had made, and index decorated, oops, it goes like this, a decorated index card that has lots of writing space on it. Those are all in this pocket. Just some pretty paper here, and most everything here is either from a thrift store or Happy Mail so far. So this is a page from the book. This is just a fun little, the other half is in here too, a little craft instruction page from a book. All the books, you know, I get my books all from thrift stores. Yellow paper, page from the book. This little turtle is so cute. This is another page from the other half of that page from the smash book with the map and that pretty green and yellow. This one has some birds on it. And then blue solid paper, page from the book. Look at the little crab there. And pink paper here, page from the book. There were quite a few pages in this book, but I wanted to go ahead and put them all in here. I didn't really want to cut them up. Just some random fun paper from the thrift store. Page from the book. Oh, this is Richard Scarry page here, and I have this is a little tag. I had this piece back here, this shaded green. If you can see the shading, it's so pretty. It was from packaging, and I just thought it was so pretty. I had put it in my scrap box. So when I was, you know, working on this and you trying to use up some scraps too, I found it and I was like, oh, it's green. I have to put it in here. And then I was like, oh, it needs something on it. So I put this little gnome on there, little chipboard gnome. And this little bow is from a vintage sheet. So that is in there. There's writing space on the back. This was also a scrap that I just put down onto some craft colored cardstock. I thought that turned out pretty. I like the colors in here. And this is another little scrap, just made into a little tiny tag. So cute. I got my scrap box down to practically nothing, so now I'm going to need to make some more scraps, right? But yeah, these have been really good, these little journals, just to, you know, really concentrate and use up my scraps. This is a Rolodex card. Oh, I have to tell you a few things, or just one thing about a few of these pages. So I've got a Rolodex card clipped on here. I'm not going to put that in the listing, but if I mean, it's hard to explain, so that's why I'm going to explain it here. But I can't really explain this in the YouTube video. I mean, not the YouTube video, the eBay listing. I don't know how in the world I could explain it, but there's some removable pages in here, okay? So I've been thinking about this because I've done it with divider page from a notebook. You know, like the plastic dividers. Sometimes they're what color are they, clear or whatever, the you know, like clear plastic, and sometimes they're the colored. I have the colored pieces, and I've used them before and made removable pages in a journal like this. So in this journal I made some removable pages, and I've been wanting to do that and I keep forgetting, so I did it here. And you can tell if you get this journal, look at the pages and see if you can see one. I don't want to, I mean, I might put a paper clip or something like that on each removable page so the person that gets this will know. If you saw this video, you'll know that these are the removable pages, because they're not all removable. I'm trying to find the first one here. This one's removable. This might be the first one. Let me see if this one is. There's only a few right in this one section here. I kept them right all together, so if someone gets this and you saw this video, you'll know. But actually, let me get my paper clips. I'll do it right now. During this actual, I was trying to figure out what to do, like whether to mark them or not. But if I don't mark them, it's going to be hard to know. So the ones with decorated paper clip, are removable. So you can tell what I did was slit the pages right under the coil. So there's a little slit there. So let me show you here. See? But I wouldn't do that a lot because it's gonna, if you're gonna move them around, do it one time and leave it, because it's gonna mess up. I would imagine, I've never done this before, but I would imagine that it would mess up the pages, right? Like they're gonna get worn if you do that all the time. But if you wanted to do it once when you first get it and move some things around, or add some pages in that way, possibly, like take one out and use it as a template. Use the holes as a template, maybe to punch holes, and make little slits, and then you can add a page. So yeah, that's what I had done with the divider pages, but they're plastic, so they can be removed, without wearing, but these are paper. So anyway, this is the first one. I know that was kind of a long explanation, but like I said, it's kind of hard to explain what the deal is. So this one's removable, this page from the book. This one is removable. Maybe I'll just put, I don't mind putting a paper clip on each one. I'm just, do I really, I don't know. I will try to, but there's not that many. So this one's removable here. And it's the same thing, so I'm not going to remove every one that's removable. This one's removable, and I already have a paper clip on it. And I didn't show you this one yet, did I? Oh yeah, I did. That one has the little gnome tag. And here's on the other side the Rolodex card that I think I just showed you. So that one's removable. And you can kind of look to see how far it goes. This one's removable. See that? And it already has a paper clip with a vocabulary card. And this one is removable, page from the book. And it's got a little Candyland game card on it. And is that it? Let me see. See, that's it. No, wait a minute, let me see. You can kind of go like this, and if it doesn't separate here, right under the coil, if there's not a slit there, you can tell. So that was it. That was all the removable pages. So all the removable pages have a decorated paper clip on it. So if you get this journal and you're watching this video, you'll know which ones are removable. So yeah, that was a little experiment, and I thought it would be fun for someone to have, if you wanted to fool around with that, you'll have some removable pages. Anyway, so here's some lined paper here, graph paper, and I don't think there was any more. No, there was no more. I just kept them, they were all together like that, just a few. Okay, so this is the other, this is a typing book page, a vintage typing book page from the book, scrap of paper. And this one has a big pocket. This pocket was from Happy Mail from Mardell. And I've got a big index card here with some fabric sewn on, a little bit of lace there and a bow. And that is in this big pocket. It sticks up so you can easily get it in and out. You could make it shorter if you wanted to. It sticks up above. I like that little bit sticking up above, but say you didn't like that, you could cut this end off, chop that off and make it shorter if you wanted to. That's its original size though, except for I did cut a little bit off here to make it be able to fit. And this is a pretty calendar page, so Mardell had made a pocket out of this beautiful flowery, and I put the little divot in there to have a little, thumb notch there. But yeah, I cut that side off so it would fit in the pocket. Yellow lined paper here, page from the book. There's that charm that I mentioned at the beginning. Here, this beautiful, I love this paper. If Mardell watches this video, and she usually does watch my videos, I think. I know you do, Mardell, but this papers from Ardell, and I loved it so much. I was like, there were so many things that I could do with it, but in the end, I thought it was the perfect belly band here. So I backed it onto, there's some scraps from it left too, so I still have a few pieces, or a couple pieces, but that I'll do something with. But it looks so good on this green paper. It's like I almost had to put it there. And so whoever gets this can put a little focal point here. Like I had it, I was almost going to save it to go with my Halloween stuff, because I was trying to figure out something to put on here. I pulled out this little witch from a fussy cut from a Richard Scary book, and I put it on here. I was like, oh, that's so cute. I have to save this for Halloween. And then I was like, oh, but it would make such a good belly band. So, you know, it was a dilemma. It was a dilemma, but in the end, I made it a belly band because it was just so perfect with this green paper, and it looks so pretty in this journal. And then I put a postcard under here. This fun anything is possible postcard that is tucked in there. So yeah, this little journal has quite a story already, and it's not even in its forever home yet. This would be these little paperback journals I'm making super inexpensive, just because I think because they're paperbacks, and I'm kind of almost making them like unembellished. They're just very slightly embellished, and things clipped in, put into pockets. So they're very expensive. So someone can pick them up for themselves, or for a gift to tuck them away for Christmas or whatever. So anyway, birthday, whatever you need a gift for. But here's the other half, that craft page that was in the front. This is the other half of it. And I have on here, I have a couple of these sitting here in my crafter and waiting for me to use them. And look at the color. It was so pretty in here with the colors. That kind of minty green on the front, and here, this green here. And this is from my apple bag from the grocery store, from Walmart actually. It says, yes, apples. And I didn't cover it up because I could have put like scrapbook paper or something on there, but the color was so perfect that I left it. But someone can cover up that if they don't like it. But it's a little tab, the plastic tab, and that was on my apples. So it's another piece of that. The other half of that acetate there. Ledger, that random paper from the paper from the thrift store. Page from the book. Resume paper here. And blue, yellow lines, little turtle page there. This is some from the typing book, the vintage typing book, and this is ledger. Here's a short page from a vintage shorthand book, and this here is a tuck up. So I have it, well, I actually kind of a belly band too. See, this goes through. See it coming through here? It goes through. So it's not really a pocket. I just put a piece across here, piece of scrapbook paper, and this is a little collage or cluster I had made, so you can write on this little sales tag. And the colors, I have a bunch of these made up, where I did them on a video, and this one just looked so good with the yellow and green. And then it's kind of like a belly band, and then I have this little journaling card. This was a scrap from a booklet, and you can kind of see the aging around the edge. That's natural distressing, not anything I did, if you can see that. But it's a page from the little mini Richard Scary book I just made into a journal, and I made it into a journaling card. So I have a few more of these that I want to make into journaling cards, but that's the first one I did. So I put it in here as a journaling card. It's tucked right in there. And that's, on a page from the book. There was some writing up here, so I didn't, I thought it was cute to have a little something up there. And then on the other side also, another belly band, which there was writing right here. All I did was cover up the writing, and I thought that was really cute to have that in the middle of that page. And that was a scrap, also using up more scraps, like finding ways to use my scraps here. This was a scrap, and this was a scrap, and this is also a belly band. So this little adorable little paper bag here is from Ardell, and I have tucked in there a little guest check that I had printed out. This one I printed out for the color, that little turquoisey green color that goes well with this journal, with this adorable bag. If I can get it back here. I didn't want to glue it down because it's so cute on both sides. So I just put this in, oh wait, this is the front here. And I tucked it in here so someone can do what they want with that. But just so pretty with that design on there. And then, oh, where's the, oh, and I have a little, one of my little bookmarks I recently made. This is the front of it here. Little plastic jar bookmarks with the dried flowers. Those are real dried flowers in there. So I had tucked that in there in the belly band. And then the back page here, again, it's the 2 layers like I did. I put the same thing in the very front and the very back. A 2-layered scrapbook paper page with the washi tape and the yellow rickrack there. And this is the back cover. This is the page from the book that I put on the back cover. So that is there. And again, I think I already showed you the back cover. So super cute little journal there. Came out nice. And then this does create glare on the camera, so I'm going to move it over. You get the pen with it. And then this little coin envelope, which you also can decorate and glue down somewhere, do whatever you want with. But I've got a bunch of little pieces in here. I'm going to dump them out, but be forewarned. There's a bunch of little pieces in here that I just thought would be fun too. I just went around my craft room and pulled out a bunch of little pieces that would be fun to craft with. So that's how I put this one together. There's so many little, I can't even get them all out. They're kind of stuck in there. Hold on. Oh, that's a tab. And this is a piece. Okay, so let me kind of put the big ones in here first. Not big ones, but bigger than the little pieces. There's a little tag, a little journaling card. Okay. And then I've got I'll just run through the pieces here just so you know what you're getting. A couple little, these are made from my paper punches. Most of these, my little paper punches, where I punch out little shapes. A few little tabs. I didn't put any tabs on the pages except for that one apple from the apple bag. That's the only tab I put in there. But there's a few of these little whale tail tags. Some little hearts, quite a few of those. Punched out from different variety of papers. Little flowers. These have a little centerpiece that I had put on there. A little sticker that I was using up. Those little tiny circular stickers. I made them the centers of my flowers there. This is a little kind of a acetate sticker. There's another one in here, unless I already picked it up. Here's some more hearts that I had mentioned. Quite a few of those. I just pinched. I don't count them out when I do stuff like this. I just, throw it in here, a pinch of this, a pinch of that, throw it in the little coin envelope. It's not like I can't punch out more. These are from, I think these are from a branding strip. This one says Happy Together. This one says, I cut it out of something. Maybe it was even, I don't know what it was. Be happy, be kind. This one says Friendship Day. That's from something else. These are cardstock. This is paper. And then a little number 6. Oh, here's the other acetate sticker. Yeah, I didn't know if I had picked it up. This one looks like a ticket. And then another little flower, so you can layer these things up or whatever. And a little ribbon flower here. So I thought, I have a bunch of little drawers behind me with all these things in it. And I was like pulling all, open up all my little drawers, like, what can I put in here? And it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There you go. You have a whole little crafting kit here in this little tiny coin envelope. So, and lots of little goodies there to craft with. So, yeah, that's a this is a nice little set, for yourself or for someone. And like I said, very inexpensive. Actually, this one's only $20 plus shipping. And so is the Richard Scarry, if that's still there when you see this video. Check them out. See if you need a little gift for someone, and you can pick this up and put it away for whenever. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. I have one more I showed you, the Mercer Mayer little friendship book. That one's so cute. I'm sure that one's going to be just as cute as this one. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.